Okay, let's see if we can get the next two groups of judicial candidates here. Maybe on that side, the judicial candidates for the 73rd, David Canales and Paul Canales on that side. And then on this side, we'll have the 438th judicial candidates, Gloria, Saldana, and Lauro Bustamante. Oh, someone left their phone up here? Thank you. Okay, that's the 73rd judicial candidates over there, and this is the 438th judicial candidate. They're not running against each other. This together. All right, just want to make that clear. If you'd like to go ahead and make your opening statement first, David Canales, you're on the list first.
Well, good evening. My name is David Canales. I am one of the candidates in the Democratic primary for judge of the 73rd District Court. Many of you out there, unless you've been to court, you really don't have much of an understanding probably of what the courts are like unless you watch Law and Order or any one of these Judge Judy shows. And to be honest with you, none of them are very accurate with what it is. This court is a civil court. You've heard that from a few people up here. The difference is that a civil court hears cases like family law, civil law, disputes between people and whatnot, as opposed to a criminal court, which hears people, cases involving misdemeanors or felonies or essentially crimes, okay? Why is that important to you and why is that important to me? It's important because I am a candidate that has family law and civil law experience. When you go to a doctor, you don't go to a doctor, if you have heart problems, you don't go to a pediatrician, right? You want a judge up there, or when you go to court, that has the experience necessary to hear your case, that knows the law, and I believe that I'm the candidate that has that. David Canales, thank you.
Thank you. Paul Canales.
I think it's official. We probably have more candidates than people in this congregation, but I'll go ahead and speak anyway. I'm Paul Canales. I graduated from law school in 1975. I went to work in the district attorney's office, tried hundreds of cases from speeding tickets up to capital murders. I was in private practice for 5 years where I tried civil and criminal cases. I was also a juvenile referee at that time. And then I ran for County Court number 2, and I had the honor and the privilege of serving you as a judge at County Court 2 for 22 years. And during that course of time, I tried tons of cases, both civil and criminal. I am now a visiting judge, and I'm visiting throughout the South Texas, and I'm trying both family law cases also. I'm the person with the most experience to be. I will not exaggerate when I say I've tried thousands of cases, either a litigator or a judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Gloria Saldana.
Good evening. My name is Gloria Saldana, and I am hardworking, experienced, and fair. I have been a judge. I was elected in 2006 as a state district judge. I have spent 4 years doing the job. I have a proven track record. By all accounts, I believe I should have been reelected in 2010. I had all the right endorsements: the Express News, the police, the firemen, ACLU, the Stonewall Democrats, the sheriffs. I can't even remember what all, but I have done the job. And as Mr. Pettit says, this is a court that hears a great deal of family law. I heard a great deal of family child abuse and neglect cases. I've been a mediator for 20 years. I've got 22 years experience being ad litem for child abuse and neglect cases. I'm asking for your support. I think that I should be a judge again, and please, I ask that you tell everyone to support me. Thank you.
Thank you. Lauro Bustamante?
My name is Lauro Bustamante, and I'm running for district judge. My background, 31 years ago, I graduated from the University of Houston. I've done an internship with the family courts in Houston, the criminal courts, the district attorney's office in Houston. I've done an internship in the bankruptcy courts in Houston. I've been in private practice for 31 years. I've tried a lot of cases. I've been to all the courts, from the JP courts to the Supreme Court. I have a passion for the practice of law. I love practicing law. I particularly enjoy sitting down and talking to people when they bring me the problems. It's energizing. I have 3 passions. I love my church, I love my family, and I love the practice of law, and I'm asking for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Paul Canales, next question. Same one we've been asking. Do you see anything about the current court system that you think needs to be improved?
We have one of the most efficient court systems in the state. We move our cases very well in the state, and it's because of the system that was instituted by Judge Solomon Cassav. It's a system that is not friendly to lawyers, but it's friendly to judges. As a lawyer, you want to be able to advise your client what this judge is going to do, but you get switched all the time, so you can't, as a lawyer, advise your client very well until the day of. But as a judge, it moves cases because people have to go in front of a judge, and there's always a judge open under this presiding system, and it works very well to move cases. I think there really isn't much change that I would do to it. I think the most important part of the system, and the reason it has to work, is because the judges have to participate. You have to call in open. And when I was in county court and did presiding as a county court law judge, I had a reputation for always being open for county court law cases. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Saldana, Gloria Saldana.
Well, I think the one thing that I would like to see changed is that people would be more aware of what happens in a courtroom. Most of the time when people are in a courtroom, it's either because they're on jury duty or because they have a really terrible problem. And a lot of the goings on in court, I believe, is we have a role in law enforcement. If people don't have a opportunity to exercise their due process and be heard in court on these very important issues to them, then obviously it would have a very detrimental effect on our society. In addition, I believe that a lot of times when people are in court, it's really helps them get over things. You know, sometimes they just it's cathartic. They really need to get things off their chest, and it's a very important right that we have. Mediation is wonderful, and it's certainly a different approach, and it's effective, but I think most of the time it's a right that we really need to protect and keep going in our judicial system.
Thank you. Mr. Bustamante?
Of course, the biggest problem is the legal system is so slow. With the technology that we have today, the state-of-the-art computers, phone, cameras, Skype, we can move these cases a lot faster. We can look at other communities like Austin and Houston that have, special setups for family law that can move those cases as fast as possible. We have a very interesting system here because when you go down to the courthouse, you don't know what's going to happen. So you've got to be pretty sharp, and that's one of the things I love about law. But it could be a lot less stressful if we focus on the problem and move it as quick as possible. And as a servant, as a district judge, that would be my goal, is to get those cases in there, get them decided, and get them on their way, because it's just too stressful, and I just do not want to see them on the 10 o'clock news. Thank you.
Thank you. David Canales?
You've heard people, or some of the judicial candidates on the civil side, talk about this being a presiding court, and I don't know that many of you really know what that means. It essentially means that every month it's a rotating system where one judge essentially assigns out cases to be heard by any of the different judges that are available to hear a case, a matter, or a situation that's important to you, right? So that is dependent on judges being available and being hardworking and having a reputation for being hardworking, and that's something that I am. I'm not a judge, and I haven't been a judge, but I am a lawyer. I've developed a very strong reputation as a good lawyer, a hardworking lawyer, and I'm a very well-respected lawyer. You can ask my clients, you can ask other lawyers, you can ask sitting judges, judges that sit now, judges that have sat in the past as judges that may not be judges now. I've got a great reputation for being a hard worker, and I'll take that hard work and that reputation and turn it around and work for you if you elect me to this position. Thank you.
Thank you. We still have a lot more candidates, so we're just going to let you have your final remarks now. Ms. Saldana?
Well, I just wanted to wrap up by name dropping. I used to always feel so flattered when Judge Canales would compliment me on my judicial temperament because I listen and I pay attention. These are important rights that people are exercising in my court, and these are important issues in their lives. The county spent 4 years training me to be a judge. They invested quite a bit of money in me, sending me to judicial conferences and continuing legal education. And I want to continue to serve the public. I think that it is such an important, it's a calling that I feel, because people need to have someone on the bench that has the experience, the wide variety of experience that I have, that are willing to be patient, give them their right to be heard. And I will ask that you please remember to vote for Gloria Saldana. Early voting started today. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bustamante?
Thank you very much for having me here today. I hope to follow in the footsteps of my mentors. Judge Canales was a very good mentor. The job is very demanding. It's very stressful. It demands a lot of hard work, and that's my best trait. Is I'm a very hard worker. I get up early in the morning. I go to bed late at night. I listen to all my clients. I serve them the best I can. I serve my church the best I can. I serve my family the best I can. And I want to serve the community as a district judge. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. David Canales.
Thank you for the opportunity to come out tonight. I see that the crowd has kind of trickled down, and it seems like there's more candidates than people out there. But for those of you that stuck around, I really do say thank you. I hope that from what you've heard from me tonight, I haven't had much time to talk, and none of us really have because time is short, but I hope that I've said enough to earn your vote. I really, really do believe that when I decided to run for this court, I was the right person that had the right experience for this job, and that's something that you need to ask yourselves when you go to the poll. People have said before, know who your candidate is, and especially when it comes to judges, a lot of people really don't know who and why they're voting for people. You want somebody that not only has experience, but has the right experience, that has the experience that's necessary so that when you have a case before the court or someone that you know has a case before the court, they're not in front of a judge that doesn't know the law, they're in front of a judge that knows the law, and they're in front of somebody that can rule and that has the experience necessary to render a good and a fair ruling. I believe I'm that candidate. Again, my name is David Canales, and I'm a Democratic Party candidate for the 73rd District Court. Vote for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Paul Canales?
I will point out that you are being broadcast on Nowcast, so you have a larger audience.
Okay, well, I feel better. I want to thank you all for inviting me, and for all those people on TV land, thank you. I was your judge for 22 years. I was swept out by the last Republican tsunami. I want to be a judge again. I'm not through being a judge. I have the experience, I have the qualifications, and I've already told you those. I was endorsed by the San Antonio Express News today. So lastly, I'll give you some personal information. I'm married to Rhonda Canales, who makes my life miserable sometimes, but most of the time makes me happy. I have 2 children. One son I'm very proud of is deployed right now in Afghanistan and actually remembered to call his mom, email his mom on Mother's Day, which I'm very proud of him for doing. I have another boy who threatens to graduate from college soon. We'll see about that. But he's still a good kid, and they're both great kids, and so I'm proud of them. I'm asking for your vote. I'm the most experienced candidate here, and I'm still doing the job. Thank you.